This isn't just basketball. This is pure disrespect at the rim. In the NBA, we've seen moments where defenders jump with confidence and come down as posters. These are the dunks that didn't just score points. They ended reputations, silenced entire arenas, and made fans lose their minds. From unstoppable legends like LeBron James to explosive icons like Vince Carter, these slams changed the energy of the game in seconds. And the craziest part? Some of these defenders never saw it coming. In today's video, we're counting down the most savage, jaw-dropping dunk moments ever caught on camera. Trust me, number one isn't just a dunk. It's a moment that lives forever. So sit back, because what you're about to see is power, speed, and straight-up domination above the rim. Coming in at number 10, you start with a dunk that looked normal until the replay hit. The defender had perfect position, feet set, timing right, but none of that mattered. In a split second, the attacker exploded off the floor and finished with so much force that the entire momentum of the game shifted. Moments like these are why the NBA is different. It's not just about scoring, it's about sending a message. You'll notice something about these dunks. It's not always the height or the style. Sometimes, it's the situation. Late game, tight score, pressure building, and then boom. One play changes everything. The crowd goes from noise to shock in an instant. And what makes it even tougher? The defender did nothing wrong. Good defense, right timing. Just the wrong place at the wrong moment. That's the brutal part of the game. When athleticism meets confidence at full speed, there's almost nothing you can do to stop it. As we go deeper into this list, the intensity only rises. Because the next few dunks, they're not just highlights, they're statements. Plays where players didn't just finish, they made sure everyone remembered it. And trust this, if you think this one was crazy. The next moment takes things to a completely different level. At number 9, things start getting personal. This isn't just about scoring anymore. This is about dominance. The kind of play where one player challenges everything at the rim and the other answers with authority. As the drive begins, you can already feel it building. The defender steps up, ready for contact, ready to contest. For a second, it looks like a stop. But then elevation. Pure lift. Perfect timing. A finish so aggressive it sends a message far beyond 2 points. These are the moments that define careers in the NBA. Not because of the score, but because of the impact. Teammates react, benches explode, and suddenly the energy of the entire arena flips. What stands out here is the confidence. To attack like that, knowing someone is waiting at the rim, it takes more than skill. It takes belief. The kind of belief that says, I'm finishing this no matter what. And honestly, that's where posters are born. Not from easy fast breaks, but from confrontation. From going right at a defender and refusing to back down. Now, here's the thing you might think. It can't get more intense than this. But it does. Because the next dunk on this list, it's faster, louder, and somehow even more disrespectful. And once you see it, you'll understand why it deserves its spot. At number 8, speed becomes the difference. This isn't a slow build or a set play, this is chaos turning into a moment. It starts with a quick transition, a turnover, and suddenly, the floor opens up. The crowd senses it before it even happens. One player sprinting full speed, one defender trying to recover, and then everything freezes for a split second. The takeoff is almost unexpected. No hesitation, no second thought, just pure instinct. And that's what makes this dunk so dangerous. In the NBA, hesitation can cost you everything. But here, there's none of that. Just commitment. The defender jumps, trying to make a play, trying to stop what feels inevitable. But timing beats effort. Elevation beats positioning. And what happens next isn't just a finish, it's a statement in motion. You can see it in the reaction. Teammates already celebrating before the ball even drops. The bench on its feet. The crowd going from anticipation to explosion in seconds. And maybe the toughest part, it all happens so fast. One moment you're back on defense, the next, you're part of a highlight that's going to replay for years. These are the plays that remind you how quickly momentum can shift. How one decision, one burst of speed, can turn a regular possession into something unforgettable. And just when you think you've seen peak athleticism, the next moment on this list brings even more power, more contact, and zero mercy. This is the kind of moment where most players pull back, reset the play, look for a safer option, but not here. Because sometimes in the NBA, the boldest decision is the one that creates history. The drive is strong, controlled, but you can feel the tension building with every step. The defender braces for impact, ready to contest with everything he has. And for a split second, it looks like a collision more than a play. Then comes the elevation, through contact, over resistance. A finish so powerful, it doesn't just beat the defense, it erases it. This isn't finesse. This is force meeting force, and one side winning completely. The reaction says it all. Players turning away in disbelief, the bench erupting, and the defender? Still processing what just happened. These are the dunks that cross the line from skill into dominance. The kind that don't just make highlights, they make statements. Loud ones. And here's the thing. We're still not at the top. Because what's coming next? It's not just about power or speed. It's about timing, precision, and a level of disrespect that takes this list to another level entirely. At number 6, timing becomes everything. Not speed, not just power, but perfect ruthless timing. This is the kind of moment where everything lines up in a way that feels almost unreal. The play develops slowly at first. The defense is set, watching, waiting, expecting a pass or a reset. Nothing about it screams danger. But then, in a single instant, the pace changes. One move, one opening, and that's all it takes. In the NBA, the smallest gap can turn into the biggest mistake. And here, that gap gets punished immediately. The defender reacts late, just half a second behind, but at this level, that's enough. The attacker rises with complete control, almost like everything around him is slowed down. No rush, no panic, just precision. And then the finish. Clean, powerful, and perfectly placed. Not wild, not rushed, just inevitable. The kind of dunk that makes it look easy, even though it's anything but. What makes this moment special isn't just the highlight, it's the control behind it. Knowing exactly when to strike. Knowing the defender can't recover. That level of awareness separates great players from unstoppable ones. You can see it in the reactions. Not just excitement, but disbelief. Because everyone watching knows that shouldn't have been possible. And still, we're not done. Because the next few moments, they don't just rely on timing or control. They bring everything together: speed, power, confidence, and turn it into something unforgettable. And that's just a glimpse of how brutal dunking can get at the highest level. The NBA has given us moments that go way beyond points on a scoreboard. These are plays that shift momentum, break confidence, and stay in fans' minds for years. From pure power to perfect timing. Every dunk on this list had one thing in common. It meant something. It wasn't just about scoring, it was about making a statement. Now here's the real question. Which one was your favorite? And did number 1 live up to the hype? Or do you think another dunk deserved that spot? Drop your thoughts below, because there's always one moment everyone remembers differently. And if you enjoyed this, there's a lot more coming, because in this game, there's always another moment waiting to shock the world.